The soft hum of the city outside felt strangely loud in the president's office that morning. Sunlight filtered through half-closed blinds, painting long stripes of gold across the desk. Shen Wenlang sat there, staring down at the crisp sheet of paper in his hand. His lips curved upward. But it wasn't amusement. It was the kind of laugh that came from disbelief mixed with anger. The paper was a resignation letter, and the name signed at the bottom was Gao Tu. Resigning to take care of a pregnant Omega partner? The words sounded absurd in his mind, yet there they were in black ink. No wonder Gao Tu had asked him that strange question days ago about what he would do if his Omega got pregnant. At the time, Shen Wenlang had dismissed it with a scowl, replying sharply, "Obviously, get rid of it. What else?" He remembered how Gao Tu's expression had shifted surprise first, then something more complicated, a hint of hurt, even horror. And instead of backtracking, Shen had doubled down. "Don't ask me questions like that during work. You know I hate Omegas." That was the end of it, or so he thought. The next day, X Holdings, a company known for never slowing down, suddenly declared a paid holiday for all employees. On the phone, his acquaintance Chang Yu mentioned it casually, but Shen Wenlang could already sense there was more to it. The boss must be celebrating something, Chang Yu hinted. Shen scoffed. He's been crazy before. This is nothing new. But when Chang Yu hesitated and said, "The higher-ups think even HS department should take the day off," Shen's patience cracked. "Isn't it enough that he's lost his mind? You want me to join him?" Shen had been on edge ever since Gao Tu's resignation landed on his desk. Sleep came in short, restless bursts. Even tea tasted wrong. Literally wrong. He took a sip that morning, paused and glared at the cup. "Is this foot washing water?" The new secretary stammered. "It's Phoenix Dangkong, with orchid fragrance." "I only drink plain white tea," Shen said flatly. "Is this your first day?" The poor secretary, barely 3 days into the job, was already fighting back tears. Inwardly, the office seemed to cry too. "Secretary Gao, please come back." When Gao Tu first made his resignation clear, Shen's reaction was swift and cold. "Transfer him out of my office," he had ordered. "Hand over your work within a month, then leave. The earth won't stop spinning without you." Those were the words he said. But deep down, the moment Gao packed his belongings and quietly moved to the downstairs secretary's office, something in Shen's chest felt scorched. He told himself distance would make it easier. That not seeing Gao would mean not thinking about him. But the new secretary's incompetence only made the absence sharper. Before, Shen had always compared Gao to a tail, something that followed him everywhere. The whole world might wonder why a sharp, capable alpha kept such a seemingly ordinary beta by his side. But in quiet moments, Shen found Gao's loyalty comforting, soothing, even. It was a feeling Shen wasn't used to, not when his own childhood had been marked by abandonment. The Omega who birthed him had used pheromones to manipulate his father, then left without looking back. From then on, Shen learned that people left, always. It was better to let them go than pretend otherwise. That's why Gao's resignation hurt in a way Shen didn't expect. Because some small, foolish part of him believed Gao would stay forever. Shen replayed that last conversation over and over. Gao's voice had been low, hoarse, almost apologetic when he explained his reason. A pregnant Omega who needed him. It was absurd, Shen told himself. Absurd that a man like Gao would walk away from a stable position from him for something like that. But what haunted Shen wasn't the logic. It was the expression on Gao's face. Determined, but not defiant. Weak, but resolute. Like someone who had already made peace with the pain of leaving, and in that moment, Shen had felt it. A deep, suffocating ache. As though someone had cut away something that was part of him. A couple of days later, Chang Yu called again, sounding far too amused. "What's got you so grumpy lately?" "The boss seems in a great mood." Shen's tone dripped with sarcasm. "Really? Has Sheng Xiaoyu agreed to see him?" "It's more than that. This morning, he contacted a wedding planner. Wants to organize something big as soon as possible. Something that will impress Mr. Sheng." Shen leaned back in his chair, eyes narrowing. Then let him get married, he said coldly. He's the type to do ridiculous things for love. Encourage him. The phone call ended, but the silence in the office seemed heavier than before. Outside, the city kept moving, traffic flowing, voices rising and falling. But here in the president's office, time felt stuck. Shen Wenlang stared at the empty desk across from his own. The one where Gao Tu had always been, quietly managing everything before Shen even had to ask. It wasn't just a resignation. It was the slow, deliberate unraveling of something Shen hadn't known was holding him together. He told himself again, people leave. That's life. But this time, he wasn't sure he believed it. The phone call ended, leaving a hollow quiet that seemed to seep into the corners of the room. The hum of the air conditioner was the only sound, a low mechanical sigh that matched the heaviness in Shen Wenlang's chest. He leaned back in his chair, staring at the desk across from his own, the desk that had once been Gao Tu's territory. It was empty now, cleared of all the small traces of his presence. No neatly stacked files, no steaming cup of tea placed just within reach. No quiet figure calmly handling chaos before Shen even noticed it was there. At first glance, it looked like any ordinary piece of office furniture. But to Shen, it felt like a space that was wrong. Hollow in a way the walls and floor couldn't explain. His gaze drifted toward the elevator doors across the floor. Every so often, the bell would chime and someone would step out, but none of them were him. The strange part was, Shen had spent years telling himself Gao was just a subordinate. A reliable one, sure, but nothing more than that. So why did the sight of other people walking through that door feel irritating, even disappointing? He rubbed his temple, annoyed at his own thoughts. This wasn't like him. He didn't get attached, not to employees, not to anyone. And yet, memory betrayed him. He remembered the way Gao would quietly push a file toward him, pointing to the exact section he needed without a word. The way he'd subtly steer conversations in meetings so Shen wouldn't waste time on irrelevant topics. The way his presence was so steady, so constant, that Shen never realized how much he'd come to rely on it, until it wasn't there. He exhaled slowly, eyes narrowing at the thought. In the past, people had left him, and he'd learned to let them go without a second glance. But this wasn't the same. This wasn't just someone walking away from a job. It felt personal. It was personal. And as much as he tried to dismiss it, one question kept circling in his mind. Quiet but persistent. If Gao Tu had asked for something, anything, would he have stayed? And that was just the start. 2 signatures on paper, but a storm brewing underneath. If you want to know whether Shen lets Gao walk away or pulls him back, stick around. Hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support keeps these stories coming.